Okay. Now let me try to get Discord back up. I restarted stream, so hopefully it's better. Oh, come on. My Discord's like frozen. Let me see if I can reboot it. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Yeah.
It's.
Okay, I restarted Discord. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah,
Okay.
100%.
Let me reshare the cards. Okay.
Alright, perfect.
We're good now? Alright.
Yeah, we're good. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
No, my
I just.
Discord keeps like freezing.
Yeah.
Okay. So, 4 mana 4/4 stealth. Spellburst, add a combo card to your hand.
Because the thing is, like, it's stealthed, right? So, like, if you do have a spell, you can definitely pull it off. Like, you could just play this on turn 4 and then do stuff with it.
Right.
I think, yeah, I don't mind it. Like, the stats are okay for its mana cost. And yeah, this also it has a nice synergy with a 2 mana card that gives stealth minions plus attack, or the one that draws you cards. So it's nice to see more like stealth minions in the rotation for Rogue. So I am particularly happy about this. I don't think it's not amazing, obviously, but I think it's a solid 6.
Yeah, that's about where I'd put it. I mean, you could always just get the delayed combo, because it is stealth. You don't
Yeah,
have to get the spellburst right away.
yeah, exactly.
Hey, Matt. Yeah, it's a 6. You don't mind having it.
Yeah.
We have a rogue warrior card, 4 mana 4/4. Battlecry, summon a random minion with cost equal to your weapon's attack.
Okay. So with Rogue, most of the time this is literally going to be like a 1 mana minion. With Warrior, you're more likely to get this. You're probably more likely to get value from Warrior than you are Rogue, but even so, you need a weapon to pull it off. And I don't know.
So
I'm
best
not
case is like
mass.
Gore Howl. I would say like the
Uh,
average for a warrior would be probably 3 with like a war
yeah,
axe.
with the War Axe, either 3 or 2 mana minions. Again, it's synergy that I never really see happening a lot. Also, hi Matt. Um, but stat-wise, it's okay. It's not the best. I think again, it's another. I think it's another 6.
Yeah, I'm about a 5.
Actually, I'll say a 5 because I think this is actually worse than the card before. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
do a 5 as well.
Yeah, I just see it as a 4 mana 4/4.
Yeah,
In most cases.
100%.
Okay, 3 mana 3/3 rogue. Your weapon has +2 attack.
Ah, nice. So if that's on the board, the weapon will have +2 attack. Ooh.
Yes, it's not a battle cry, so as long as it's on the board.
So you have to have your weapon ready, but the thing is, you'd play around it, wouldn't you? You'd make sure you have something ready for it. On its own, if you don't want to use your weapon, then it's a 3 mana 3/3. I actually think it's okay.
Yeah, it curves right into your dagger. So on turn 3, you'd have a war axe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you have a
it's
war.
slightly above average. I'd say a 7.
I think it's about 6. I think it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
I really like it.
The fact it's not a battle cry, it's an ongoing effect, makes it a little bit stronger for me.
Yeah. Oh no, definitely I agree. I think it's really good. It's just like I can never go over the stats.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 5 mana 4/4 rush. Whenever this attacks, give your weapon +1/+1. This is Rogue Warrior.
Right. Okay. So you get a 5 mana full rush,
Mm-hmm.
and then if you have a weapon, which is very likely a rogue, you get +2, +1/+1 on your weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and compare this to green skin. Oh my God, yeah. What the hell?
I think it's really strong.
I think so too. I'd give this an 8. What do you
Um,
reckon?
I'd say a 7. If you have enough weapons in your deck, then I think it's an 8. It's slightly better in Rogue, because you have a weapon always.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say about a 7. I like it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty solid. And to be honest, a lot like warriors are always likely to have weapons anyway, so I
Mm-hmm.
can see this working. So
Yeah. 3 mana Rogue Warrior spell. Destroy a damaged minion. Combo. Destroy any minion. So it's kind of like Walk the Plank, which was 4 mana. If you can combo it, it's an Assassinate.
execute because it's destroy a damaged minion for 3 mana.
Oh, right, yeah.
Or
Or Execute.
yeah, or you or combo, you can just destroy any minion regardless if they're damaged or not.
Right.
Um, I think I still like it. I'd rather pick this over assassinate, personally. Um,
Would you pick this over
obviously,
Execute?
probably not because you can usually just damage a minion pretty easily for
Mm-hmm.
1 mana less.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. But like with Rogue, you're very flexible. Like pulling off combos isn't a hard thing. So this is actually pretty like it's nice just to have that hard removal for Rogue. For Warrior, it doesn't really matter that much.
Mm-hmm.
But like Rogue have really crappy ways of getting rid of stuff, don't they? Um, because they're mainly like minion related, or you have to pay 5 whole mana to get rid of something.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, with this, you can pay cards alongside it. So that's why I think I just give this a. It'd be like a 7 for Rogue and then like a 5 for Warrior, kind
Yeah,
of.
that makes sense. It's better
Yeah,
in Rogue.
definitely.
Yes,
I
Warrior does have
agree.
combo cards, though. Alright, so another Rogue Warrior spell. 5 mana. Draw 2 cards. Cost 1 less per attack on your weapon.
Right, okay. So if you are Rogue and you have a 1/2 weapon, that's 4 mana, draw 2 cards, so it's worse than an Arcane Intellect.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have free attack, then it's 2 mana, draw 2 cards. I think you'd have to have like a free plus attack minion for not minion weapon for this to actually be worth it. But you're
Yes.
not always going to pull that off. Um, and like I feel like with Rogue, they have such good cards to draw you cards already, and
Right.
really good value cards and combo cards, so you don't necessarily need a card draw like this. And Warrior again also has really good card draw with like Battle Rage. Although this wouldn't be too bad with Warrior because their weapons are more attack wise, they're higher. They're usually higher than rogues generally. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Yeah, I rate this about a 4.
yeah, I personally wouldn't pick this in Rogue. Maybe if I have like nothing in Warrior draw wise, I'd probably
Mm-hmm.
consider it if I have weapons, but I'd say about a 4
Yeah.
personally.
Slightly below average. I mean, you need the right kind of deck for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, on to Shaman.
Oh.
3 mana, deal 2 damage, summon that many elementals. 1/1 elementals.
Oh, Spell damage on this, you get 3/1/1 elementals.
Correct. Yep.
That's not too bad. So you're dealing 2 damage and you get 2/2 worth of stats for 3 mana.
It goes face as well.
Oh, you can smoke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's super amazing. Like I definitely still pick Serpentine over this.
Yes.
100%. I
It's
think
like
it's a 6 though.
it's like
Solid.
implosion that you can control. Yeah, that's true for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm about a
definitely.
6.
Yeah,
It's
I
good.
think it's all right.
1 mana, shaman mage spell. Discover a spell.
So,
Discover a spell damage minion. Your next one costs 1 less.
you could get the Prime.
Yes. Yep.
Um, Apart from that, I genuinely don't like spell damage minions because I feel like they don't um they're usually like really understated spell
Mm-hmm.
damage minions apart from like the really good ones. Like the yeah, I can only just think of the Prime. I'm not a massive fan of this to be honest. I'm gonna give this a 4.
So like the other this is like the other study cards. Oftentimes, the only spell damage minion you're going to have is what comes from this. So it's not like you can
Yeah.
discount something in your hand. So it makes it a little worse. Yeah, I'm about a 4 as well.
4. Yeah, you get the four. You have 4 mana 5/7 dragon,
Mm-hmm.
but then you think of the other spell damage cards. You have what Kobold, you have Okamagi, you
Mm-hmm.
have the 0/6
Right.
2 mana one.
Yep.
Yeah, this I'm not a fan.
Um, the 6 mana 4/7, which is a little slow, and the taunt version. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay, but it's probably the weaker of the study cards.
Oh, definitely. I think so. Priest obviously got the best one.
A 0 mana 1/3 is not bad with spell damage 2 to 5 if you can get it.
Yeah. If you can get it, then awesome.
Okay, 5 mana 3/6 shaman mage. At the end of your turn, deal 1 damage to all enemies, improved by spell damage.
Oh, I like this. Kind of.
So I assume it's at the end of every turn this is alive,
Yeah, at
and
the
it's
end of
only
your
to
turn.
enemies.
And it's only to enemies, so it's not
Mm-hmm.
your minions as well, which is quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the stats are okay for the mana cost as well. It's a 3/6, which is Vel Creeper stats.
Right.
Um,
So it won't
yeah, I
damage
like it.
your spell power totem, which is nice.
Yeah,
So you can
exactly. I think
keep that
this is
around.
kind of scarier in Shaman than it is a bit Mage. But Mage, obviously, again, all these spell damage cards, so that's going to work out as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really like it. Like you can control it as well because it's at the end of your turn and not the beginning. I think I'd give this a solid 7.
Um. Yeah, if you can protect it and get a couple rounds of AoE on it, it's really strong. So I'm about a 7 as well.
Yeah,
I like it.
definitely.
Okay, 2 mana 1/3 shaman weapon. After your hero attacks, gain spell damage +1 this turn.
Right, okay. The only thing, yeah, I think this is a bad weapon for Arena because I'd much rather the 2/3 weapon for 2 mana
Mm-hmm.
than this.
Yep.
I'd give this weapon a 4. I don't think it'd be worth picking at all.
Yeah, I'm about a 3. It reminds me a lot of Spirit Claws, where you had to have spell damage on board to make it to increase its attack, which was not very good
Yeah.
either.
No, definitely. The only reason I haven't rated it lower than the 4 is because I do like having pings in classes that don't necessarily have them, but I
Mm-hmm.
really don't think I'd even consider this for a ping unless I was really desperate
Yeah.
and the other cards are really bad.
Yep.
Yeah,
So below average.
definitely.
Okay. 8 mana shaman spell, life steal. Deal 3 damage to all minions. So this could be
Wow,
a big heal.
this is like a comeback card, isn't it? Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God. Because you can fall behind in Shaman, that's the thing, right?
Right.
Um,
And with spell damage, you have a flame strike that heals you.
the only thing sad about is that it deals damage to your own minions as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the mana cost for it's quite high-ish.
But I think if you're in a position where you need lifesteal, you don't mind sacrificing some health on your minions.
No, most definitely. Um, it's a great comeback card, but I'm a bit like, well, actually, yeah, it is a good comeback card because it kills a board and then it
Mm-hmm.
gives you the health to stay alive a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think it's a little expensive.
that's the only thing. I think the mana cost is throwing me
Mm-hmm.
because didn't Demon Hunter have a crazy card that dealt free damage to everything, but it actually gave them a board, which I think is kind of stronger,
Yes.
and it was less mana.
Yep, that was 7 mana.
If this was 7 mana, I would rate this a bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's 8 mana, I think I'm gonna say it's a solid 5 because it's not below average, but it's not above either. Like if it's cheaper, then it'd definitely be above average.
Yeah, that's about where I'd rate it. It's okay. It's not awful. It's not great.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll pick it if you have to.
Tunify says similar minds. You say that. You've disagreed with a lot of my picks throughout this. I've been reading chat.
Alright, I'm excited about this card. It's a 5 mana, 4/5 totem. It's a death rattle. Summon all 4 basic totems. Overload 2.
Oh, natural totem itself.
It is, yep. So Totemic Reflection, the weapon. Can summon a copy of it.
Ugh. Kind of disgusting, but I feel like you have to have the synergy, right? You have to have that spell or you have to have that weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, as a 5 mana 4/5 summon um one oh gosh, I can't math right now. 1/7 in stats as a death rattle.
Mm-hmm.
And his overload 2 as well. If I'm looking at for stats and death rattle wise, I'm actually not a massive fan of this card because I honestly like I don't get Totemic Reflection or that weapon that often in
Mm-hmm.
Arena, so I don't think it's gonna work out. If you do have it, then by all means pick it. But if you're looking at the card as a standalone, I actually think it's just below average. I would rate it as a 4, personally.
Okay. Yeah, I'm slightly
Yeah,
higher. I'm about a 6.
you're about a
About 6
6.
and a half, maybe.
You can say your true opinion. Don't worry, Yubi. You can disagree with me.
Yeah, I'm a little bit higher on this card. But I'm a big fan
Yeah,
of the totems. And you get all
yeah.
4
I
of them.
I
And if you
personally don't
have,
like it.
if you have like 2 totems on board, you can get like double healing. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I personally wouldn't pick it, but I can understand the value in it. And if I did have the synergy, then yes,
Mm-hmm.
it would be very tempting. But
This
I
will be
wouldn't.
fun in Wild with that card that summons Alec here if you have all 4 totems. That could be fun.
Oh yeah, that'd be so funny. I love that. Um, that's if you got that synergy though.
Right. You can't hero power after this dies, right?
Sorry? Hmm?
Tunify asks, you can't hero power after this dies. So you'd already have all 4 totems.
Yeah, so you wouldn't really need to hero power, wouldn't you?
Right. Okay. Hmm. But if they're already on the board, I assume it still summons all 4 of them.
I think if you have something on the board, it would summon all 4 of them. But if
Mm-hmm.
you But if you don't and you try to hero power, I don't think it would work.
Right. That's what I assume.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, we got another totem for Shaman Mage, 2 mana 0/3. At the end of your turn, cast a random spell that costs 3 or less.
Sorry, I think that's
This
hilarious.
is going to be fun.
Do you know, I can see this just casting Serpentine to my face or
Oh,
something
yeah.
stupid like that.
Yep.
Or give my opponents big taunt, resurrect.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it casts any spell, any random spell that costs 3 or less. So I'm glad it's not like
Yeah.
5 or less. So that's a little better.
Yeah, I think this for fun value, obviously fun value is a 10 out of 10, but
Right.
for actual picking value, I'd probably give it a 4. I could not trust this card for any fiber of my being because this would back. I can see this. I can see this completely ruining you.
Yeah, I'm about a
But
4 as well. It's a really fun card, but it's a lot of RNG. It could save
imagine
you
Benny playing.
sometimes, but it's. I try to avoid these kind of cards in Arena if I can.
Yeah, and the thing is, I like playing stuff that has attack.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yep.
I'm not a fan of this, really. I'm not gonna lie though, I'll definitely pick it if I'm memeing.
Yeah. All right. 3 mana, 3/3 Shaman Legendary Battle Cry. Discover a spell that costs 1 or more. If you play it this turn, repeat this effect. So if you play this, discover a spell that costs 1 or more. If you play it this turn, repeat this effect. So you could chain discovers as long
Yeah.
as you play the spell you discovered.
Yeah. And the thing is, like the card, so you have to discover, so this is out of 3 cards that are randomly generated,
Mm-hmm.
which means you kind of have to pick the best card that you can get that type of value from, but it also has to be low enough for you to cast it more than once that turn.
Right.
So, um, I don't really see how you could pull off this effect. And then if I'm looking at the mana stats as well, not the mana stats, sorry, the health and attack, it's just a very meh free drop.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously it discovers your spell, which is awesome. And if you can play off on that effect, that is even better. Lightning Bolt comes to mind, says Cactus. That is a really good card.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
but there
think
are some,
I think you're gonna
yeah,
get two spells off this.
yeah. I don't think you're gonna get much more than that, and that's
No.
if you're very lucky.
Right.
Yeah, I think this is a 6.
Um. Yeah, about a 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's okay. It's not amazing, but it's okay. How do these dual
yeah.
class cards work? For the trick totem, could mage have a shaman spell played from the totem? It casts a spell from any class. All right, 1 mana mage shaman spell. Shoot 3 missiles at random enemy minions that transforms them into ones that cost 1 less.
Oh my God, this card.
So if it hits
Um,
like a vanguard, right? It's the only thing on the board. It turns it
mhm.
into a 4 drop.
Mm. Yeah, that's right.
That's pretty good.
I quite like it as well. Yeah, it is basically like Devolve, and I just realized this doesn't go face,
Right.
so it's just minions. Oh God, I'd hate to
Yep.
play against this. And do you know what this is so good for? It's the ultimate priest um combat. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
It's just good against priests because you can debuff the minions so they've like grave runes and then divine shield and then copied and stuff.
Right. Yep.
I love it. I don't care.
So
Five, 10 stars.
if their minion has 1 health, it won't damage it, right? Because the missiles don't do damage. So it will devolve it. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's really strong. I'd say a 10 as well.
Yeah, against buff cards, this is insane.
Yep.
I probably not a 10, but like for the fun value, I'm saying 10 because it's
Yeah.
funny. I love it. Oh.
Okay. 2 mana, 2/3 Shaman. Spell burst. Return the spell to your hand.
Oh. So say you have this on board and then you play like Hex to kill someone's minion and then you can get like the Hex back. That's really good.
Yes. Yep. That's strong. I'd rate this
And
about a 7.
sorry.
I'd rate this about a 7.
I think I rate this about a 7 as well. It's very
Yeah.
solid. It has nice stats as well.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I keep meaning to ask with the spell burst, you can play it the turn after, can you, to activate it the one time? You don't have to play on the same turn, don't you?
Correct. Yep.
Yeah, so I
Yep.
have
It's
been
just the
rating them
first
right.
the first
Yeah.
time you cast a spell when it's on board.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Yeah, 7 as well. I think this card's very solid. Definitely worth picking.
All right. Warlock Demon Hunter card. 1 mana. Copy the lowest cost demon in your hand. Outcast. Give both +1/+1.
Oh,
There's a lot of demons around.
there is. Like, imagine if you had like Fiend in your hands. You can like do a copy of it and then
Mm-hmm.
give it because there's so many. It's not just like the class for Demon Hunter and Warlock, but there are so many neutral demons as well. This is not too bad. Obviously it has to be in your hands. So it may
Mm-hmm.
not always work it. It may not always work. Um, I give this a solid 5 because it really depends on what type of deck you have, what type of cards you have, and it's situational, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if it works, it's really good.
Yeah, I rated about a 5. You obviously
Yeah,
need some demons. Um,
definitely.
the Outcast bonus is not too bad. That's not
Yeah,
great. Yeah, about a
I think
5.
it's good for 1 mana.
Yeah, I like it. Alright, 3 mana Warlock spell. Deal 2 damage to all minions. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into the deck. So Demon
So two.
Hunter and Warlock are the two classes that have soul fragments.
Yeah, right, okay.
So Volcanic Potion, that gives you 2 soul fragments.
Yeah, Volcanic Potion, if I remember correctly, it did see some play in Arena when it was a rotation, but it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't like an auto pick. Like you had to really consider it for your deck.
Right.
Um, it's nice to have a spell though that deals damage to other minions that doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily deal damage to your own face. And obviously you put in the fragments in your deck, which actually gives you some form of heal. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's just a solid 6, really. I think it's all right.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
pretty
about a
happy
6
with
as
it.
well. A soul
Yeah,
fragment is a 0 cost cast when drawn. Restore 2 health to your hero.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's pretty good. And a soul fragments first show. So basically, it's a 0 cost spell. It goes into your deck, and when you draw it, it heals you for 2.
Okay.
So well, it's not technically a card. It's just a thing that's
Mm-hmm.
shuffled into your deck, and then once it's drawn, heals you.
Yep, similar to
Yeah,
like the portals you shuffle in. This summons a 2/2 rush.
yeah, exactly like that.
Okay. 3 mana, 3/4 Warlock Battle Cry. Destroy a soul fragment in your deck to deal 3 damage.
Nice.
Yeah, good
So not
card.
only is it like a yeah, not only is it premium stats, but it actually does something if you have the soul fragments. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
again, situational. But just as a standalone for the stats alone of 7, I just rate it a 7. It's really solid.
Yeah,
So
about a 7 with upside.
yeah,
And the 3 damage is targeted, which is really nice.
yeah,
So you
that's
can.
another thing. If it was random, I'd probably rate it a little
Mm-hmm.
less. But if it's targeted, it's actually kind of insane.
Yep. It's also that little bit of face damage as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a nice amount of reach.
Was the last AoE card to enemies? It's all minions. For sure.
All minions.
Yep, all minions. Okay. Warlock, Demon Hunter, Legendary, 7 mana 5/5. For each soul fragment in your deck, summon a 3/3 soul with Rush.
So if you even just have one soul fragment in your deck, you'll have at least one 3/3. So it'd be like a 7 mana 8/8. 3/3 of that you get to rush.
Yep.
I'm not a particular fan of it because obviously, again, you need to have the soul fragments in your deck, and if you don't have them,
Or you've drawn them all.
or you've drawn them all exactly, if you've not drawn the cards that actually give you the soul fragments, and this is actually really bad because it's a 7 mana 5/5.
Yeah.
I'd probably rate this as a 4 because I think it relies too much on synergy, personally.
Yeah, I'm about a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to play this on its own.
Definitely not, though.
Okay, 2 mana Warlock, Demon Hunter spell. Deal 3 damage to a minion. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. It's fine.
Oh, that's really good. I'd probably rate this solid 6 because it gives you the soul fragments for you to do the synergy stuff.
Yeah, 2
So
mana
yeah,
deal
that's
3
pretty cool.
is pretty good. I like it.
Definitely.
1 mana 1/3 Warlock Demon Hunter card. Battle Cry. Shuffle 2 soul fragments into your deck. It's a demon as well.
Do you know what I love about this? Not only is it 1 mana 1/3, but like you do so much with this. Like you can do it in the zoo deck. You can counter other people's early games. You can destroy it to give yourself lackeys. And it has that effect which gives you the combos for the other cards. I honestly love it. I think for me this is easily like a 7. Like obviously it doesn't make much impact onto the board, but it could give you such great things for later game. Actually, no, I'll say a 6. I'm not going to say 7 because if it's late game, then it's probably quite bad. But I think for early game, it's really solid.
Yeah, later in the game you can you're more likely to draw the soul fragments for if you need the healing. So I'm about a 6 as well.
Definitely.
Yeah, the last 2 expansions have really crazy 1-drops.
Yeah. I honestly don't understand the way they're like creating these cards, but hey yo.
Alright, 5 mana 4/5 Taunt. Battlecry, destroy your soul fragment in your deck to gain +3/+3. So
Right.
7/8 Taunt for 5 mana if you have a soul fragment in your deck.
Is gosh. In the famous words of this British person that I watched, that's disgusting. Anyway, I can't do the accents. I think okay, so if you don't have the soul fragments in your deck, obviously it's quite a bad taunt. You get a 5 mana 4/5. It's a bit. If you do manage to pull it off, it's actually kind of insane. I think for me this would just be a 5 because judging by how many of these cards we have, hopefully we do see them often so we can pull off these type of synergies. But at the same time, this is probably going to most of the time be a 4 mana 5/4.
Yeah, I agree. It's about a 5. You need the soul
Yeah,
fragments to make it good.
100%. If you do pull it off, though, oh my gosh, you probably just win, right?
There was a 4 mana 4/4 demon that gained taunt and stats if you were under 15 health. I think that was so much better.
I loved that card. That was so good. I think it was like Felreave? No, not Felreave. That's a different one altogether. But I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
Alright, we got an egg here. 2 mana 0/2. Death Rattle. Summon 2/1 spiders. If you discard this, trigger its Death Rattle.
Okay. So Warlock are one of those classes that definitely have like AoE to all minions. And you can also destroy it with some of your cards as well. So it's very likely you can pop this, but it's not as good as Nerubian Egg, right?
You're very rarely going to get the discard this trigger its Death Rattle part. Because you'd have to have 2 of these in your deck, and you'd have to discard the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rate this about a 4.
I think it's about a 4. It's not nearly as good as like Nubian egg or some of the other
Yeah.
eggs I've seen.
Yeah, I kind of rate this with the other eggs that are out there.
Camel, is Shriek even in rotation right now?
No, but that's a good synergy for it.
Yeah, good one. Good one, Camel.
Alright. We got a 9 mana, 7/7 legendary battle cry. Summon a random demon from your hand and deck.
I also summoned two demons. One
Yes,
from your hand, one from your deck.
correct.
So as we've seen from some of these demons, like they work better if they have a if there's 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 some new demons that obviously work better if you have the crystals in your deck, or I
Mm-hmm.
can't remember what they're called.
The soul
um
fragments.
that's it. But I think this is okay. Like even if it's just one demon, it's still worth playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'd pick it over a lot of legendaries though. I think there are a lot of better legendaries out there. I think this is probably a 5. I don't think it's below average, but I don't think it's insanely above average either.
Yeah, I'm about a 3. Like, I think most demons are played, have good battle cries,
Yeah.
and you're kind of missing out on those with this card. And I feel like you have to get one from your hand and your deck to make this worthwhile. Yeah, about a 3.
The reason I say a 5 is because I think, like, even though, like you said, that a lot of them have good battle cries,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of demons are overstated
Mm-hmm.
because they usually have drawbacks like deal damage to yourself or
Right.
dormant and so forth. So that's why mine's about a 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Below or average or slightly below. Depends on your
Mm.
deck, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Okay, we got another study here. 1 mana, discover a demon. Your next one costs 1 less.
Huh. See, I'm trying to
So
rate these compared to how I rated the other cards.
I would assume it would prioritize warlock demons over or neutral demons. So over
Yeah, that's
like
a
demon hunter demons.
that's the thing. Yeah, I think when when it comes to discover cards, you can only discover
Mm-hmm.
cards of your own class unless it says specifically someone else's class.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm not a major fan because I feel like there's a lot of warlock demons that are just really bad. Obviously, there's some really good ones as well. I think I may just keep this as a 5. I don't
Yep.
think it's below average, but I don't think it's above either. I think it's just bang in the middle. I think it really depends on what you get.
Yeah, I'm about a 5 as well.
Yeah.
It's okay. Alright, on to warrior. 2 mana
Warrior.
warrior spell. Add 2 random taunt minions to your hand.
Oh God. Do you know what this will give me? This will give me like the 0/4 taunt, and then I don't know,
Footman.
the guy that goes ready for action.
Yeah. Um, I really hate paying 2 mana for this effect.
Yeah, I. The thing is, like, we got we. Oh, I really don't. I don't like this card. I do, but I don't. Like, it's value, right? You have 2 mana,
Mm-hmm.
you get 2 taunts, but like we've been offered like these 0 mana cards to give you cards,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like maybe if it's a random effect, maybe they could have maybe made this one instead of 2 mana, because there's so many bad taunts alongside good
Mm-hmm.
taunts that it's a very hit and miss card.
Like the
Um,
paladin one is 0 mana for 2 1-cost minions.
yeah,
That card is so much better than this one.
I think so too.
Yeah, I put this about a
Um,
4.
I will put this about a 5, and the only reason for that is because even though we have really bad cards that are taunts, we also have really insane ones like Colossus, Rusted, Bone Chewer,
Mm-hmm.
and some other shenanigan stuff. Yeah, it's very average. Not a fan though.
Okay. We have a warrior paladin card here. Battle Cry. Set the health of all other minions to 1. Death Rattle. Deal 1 damage to all minions. 3 mana, 3/2.
Uh, so you can destroy your board. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um,
Your best bet is like if you can kill this off the turn you play it.
yeah,
It'd be a board. It'd be a board clear.
yeah,
I'm not sure how
definitely.
warriors or paladins would do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. They don't really have ways of triggering that, don't they? Unless they use their own minions, like,
Mm-hmm.
or they use like the Rush Bloody Orb version to put it into something.
Right. Oh yeah, you could rush it into something. Okay.
Yeah,
Could shield
and
slam it.
Warrior Shield Summit. Warrior also has that 1 mana charge card that no one picks in Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, the charge where you can't attack face on the first turn,
Right.
so it was like their first ever rush card.
Oh,
I
with
think
Gore
it's
Fiend, yeah, that could be something. Get some. The
yeah.
odds you have both those legendaries though are pretty slim. Yeah, I think it's a good card.
I think it's nice. It's a nice clear, but I feel like I prefer it in Warrior over Paladin because with Paladin, I want to be ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, with Warrior, I want to be. I want control, don't I? Although this is quite good if you play it and then you just play Consecration to your opponent's minions and then you just go face with your own. So you
Mm-hmm.
don't necessarily have to clear the whole board. You can just clear your opponent's, can't you? And
Right.
then have your opponent try and deal with this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rated about a 7.
I think it's very situational. I'd say about a, it is really good. I say about 6,
Okay.
very high 6, like teetering towards 7, but not there yet.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty strong. You'll definitely want to pick it.
Yeah, oh, definitely. I think you would.
All right, 3 mana, 4/3. After you play a rush minion, summon a copy with 1 health remaining.
Card's disgusting. Can I just point that out?
Yeah.
I was thinking this. I was like, what if you play this on turn 3 and no one's able to kill it, and then someone
Mm-hmm.
plays like Mummy afterwards?
Yep. Or a Faceless Corruptor. You get 4/4, 4/4, 4/1, all with rush.
Yeah, and you also get also the Prime, like the Warrior Prime as well.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get 2 of them.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, this is easily an 8 for me.
yeah. For me, it's an 8 as well. The only reason is because it has to survive on board, but it's still cheap enough to play late game as well alongside other rush minions. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, definitely an 8. Just bonkers.
Yeah, the stats are good too, so it's a solid 3-drop as well. If you
Oh, 1000%.
don't
Like
have the
even if you
synergy.
just played with the stats,
Mm-hmm.
you just go for it.
Yep. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
multiple rust deeds. Yep. Whoops.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
Okay, we got a 9 mana 9/9 legendary Death Rattle. Resummon this -1 -1. So the first time it dies, it's an 8/8 and a 7/7, etc., etc.
Owen.
So it's like a reverse Gruul.
What? Like, to be honest, it's a slow card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like, you have to get there on turn 9. To be frank, I would ignore a card like this if someone played it. I'd just be like, listen, I'm just going to ignore, I'm going to spread the board as much as I can, and I'm just going to go face. Um, but it's still a really strong card on its own. So, it's definitely a very, very solid 7. But I think you could ignore this or freeze it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about a 7 as well.
Yeah.
I mean, 9 cards are expensive, especially ones with Death Rattle. It has no initiative. Like, I think I'd rather have a Shovel Fist over this.
Yeah. Oh no, most definitely. And to get some comments, you can't necessarily ignore 9 damage every turn, but another thing you have to take in consideration is if you spread their board and you just walk them down, they're going to be forced to trade with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very
So
sticky.
yeah, it's sticky,
It's a
but
lot of value.
if it had taunt, then obviously it'd be broken, but it's
Mm-hmm.
not, so that's the good thing.
Yep. Okay, 4 mana, 4/2 warrior weapon. Spell burst also damages adjacent minions this turn.
Right. So I don't know about you, but do you ever get many spells in Warrior at all,
Um,
really?
I would say I get less than other classes, but yeah.
Hmm. Like obviously if you pull this off, that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's going to happen all the time. But I think it's still like if you do pull this off though, it's a very solid weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can like clear such a decent board for this
Yeah.
for that one turn with the spell burst effect because you don't have to do it the moment you play it. You can do it the turn after instead
Mm-hmm.
and play a spell. So I
Especially
think
if you can
again,
buff the attack on this, it can
and
be
you can
pretty
buff the
nasty.
attack as
Mm-hmm.
well. Yeah. I think it's a solid 7 with this as well because the only reason it's not higher is because you need a spell.
Right. Yep. Spell burst. So the first time you play a spell after you've played this card, it gets this effect. Also damages adjacent minions this turn.
Yeah. But you can only do it once.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I rate this about a 6. 4 mana,
Yeah.
4/2 weapons, just fine. I mean,
Yeah, no,
you're 1
definitely.
mana, 1 stat away from a Reaper, which is perfectly fine arena card.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
Yep.
I quite like it because unless they have ooze, then you can keep this weapon on you until you get a spell to spell burst it with
Mm-hmm.
as well. So it is, that's why I think it's a 7. I think it's all right.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay. 1 mana warrior paladin spell. Give a damaged minion +3 attack and divine shield.
Is that kind of broken?
I think it's broken.
Yeah, I think that's broken too.
Like, you pair this with Taskmaster, like you're giving your minion +5 attack and divine shield for 1 mana.
Yeah, and get some says Tolvir, Blade Master. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think this card's actually insane. I think like obviously it has to be damaged in the first place to use it,
Mm-hmm.
but the +3 attack and divine shield is actually worth. I probably won't pick more than one of this in arena though.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I like to have other cards, but I think this is a really good card. It's very
Mm-hmm.
solid. I think it's an easy 7. It is a little broken though for 1 mana for what it
Yeah,
does.
I'm about an 8.
Yeah,
It's really strong. Even in the paladin side of it, it's really strong.
yeah, definitely. It's just on both sides, yeah, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
just powerful.
Yep.
This is crazy,
All
some of
right.
these
So
cards.
this card is just, they're gonna have to nerf this card. 8 mana, 6/8. At the end of your turn, summon 2/3/3 ruffians that attack random enemies.
What? See. So at the end of your turn, every single turn, it's going to do that.
Yes. So opponent
So you
has
guarantee the effect.
if your opponent has no minions on the board and you play this, it's 6 damage face.
That's a 10. Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, you get the guaranteed effect,
Mm-hmm.
like, right after you play it and, like, you end your turn. And then your opponent has to deal with 2/3/3s and a 6/8.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, sure. Why not, Blizzards? Why
Yeah.
not?
This one's like
Yeah.
a 15. This is insane.
Well, I'm assuming your rating's 10, right?
Yeah, this is like insane. It's a 10.
Oh, actually disgusting, but
All right.
okay.
Warrior Paladin. Summon a minion from your deck. Give it Taunt and Divine Shield for 7 mana.
Oh God, no, because I'll
No.
end up getting like a Murmy or something.
This one's just a pack filler. It's bad.
It's so bad. Give this a 1. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's a 1. Alright, we got another studies here. Discover a rush minion. Your next one costs one less.
That's good. There are some amazing rush minions
Yeah.
out there.
Rush is
Like
super
like
strong.
this is super strong. This is kind of like the dragon one again. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, what did I say for the dragon? I think it would be like on par with that one. It'd be like a seven. I think it's just so strong.
Yeah, how
Maybe
about a
even
7?
higher. No, seven's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what you're going to like discover, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
there are so many insane rushes.
You can
Yeah.
discover the prime as
The
well.
Prime, yep. Mummy. There's
Mm-hmm.
so many actually, yeah, because you it's not just the Warrior Prime. You could also, oh no, he will be the Warrior Prime. I was thinking about the Hunter, then I realized you can't do that.
All right.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, like anything like Rusteeds, Mummy, Hogseed,
Mm-hmm.
Gyro. Just sorry, I'm just reading what Fosho's saying just to
Yep.
pretend I came up with
It's
this.
it's crazy. It's a good card.
No, brilliant cards, definitely.
Okay, 3 mana 2/2 weapon for Warrior Paladin. Spell Burst. Summon a student with taunt and stats equal to the spell's cost.
So summon a student with taunt and stats equal to the spell's cost. Um, I guess that's okay. Like, I don't think it's going to be great with Warrior because I feel like a lot of Warrior cards are insanely cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's more likely to work out with Paladin because they, apart from their secrets and some of their like early game buffs, they do have like later game buffs and consecration and stuff where they could actually get a value from this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't get over the fact that it's a free mana 2/2 weapon.
Yeah, not great stats.
Yeah, I think I. Yeah. What do you
If
think?
you play this and like Blessing of Kings, your Silverhand recruit, so you get a 4/4 taunt, and you get a 5/5 recruit, plus the
Hmm.
weapon. It's okay. I rate it about a 5.
Yeah, I think I like this as a. I'd say this is about a four for me. I'm not a fan of it.
But again, you need the certain kind of deck. Well, I guess we must have missed that Blessing of Authority. Alright, we'll do that one at the end, Tunify. And that's just in case
I'll,
it's mixed in with the neutrals.
yeah, I'll pop that to the side so we remember as well. Oh, neutrals now.
Alright, neutrals, yep. So 1 mana, 1/1, rush, battle cry, give your other minions rush.
What?
I think it's pretty good.
I think that yeah, the fact that it's only one, it's a 1/1, and right. So the minions have to be on the board for before you play this, right? So you give them rush.
Yes, yep. So you'd play your 9 minions of 9 mana of minions and then play this last.
Yeah, I think this is a solid eight because I think well you get to play minions before you get to play this, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
very um yeah, I'm very skeptical about you having the hand to do it or having the board to do it. So that's why it'd be an eight. It's still an insane card, I think.
Well, I wouldn't say it's a dead card gets some if you don't have minions. It's a 1/1 rush, it's a ping. Even if you don't
Yeah,
get the battle cry effect, it's still good. Yeah, it's about an 8 for me as well.
I think it's really good. Yeah.
Okay, 4 mana, 3/6, spell burst, gain +1 attack and taunt. So it becomes
So
a
it'd be a
4
four
mana.
mana 4/6 taunt.
Yes, with the spell.
And it's a dragon.
It is a dragon too. Yes.
Ooh. I think it's a solid seven. I think it's really good. Even as a four mana 3/6, it's absolutely fine as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a spell, even better.
Yep.
And it's a
Yep.
common.
Yep. This is pretty premium stats for a 4-drop on its own. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
It's a 7.
100%.
All right. 2 mana, 3/2, battle cry. Your opponent's spells cost 1 more next turn.
Ooh, I like that. Because even like even if they don't have well, even if they don't have spells, then like obviously it's a 2 mana free too, so it's still a decent card. But could you imagine playing this before like an AoE turn, or
Mm-hmm.
if you have a really good board and they need to clear it, but
Mm-hmm.
you like increase their mana costs for their spells?
It's based on Arena Tungsten. Yeah, even on curve, it prevents your opponent from coining out.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
really like this card.
Yeah.
I think it's yeah, it stops your opponent from tempoing, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I really love this. I think I honestly think this is a 7 again for me. Obviously, it's a bit situational to say like that. It's probably actually a 6,
Mm-hmm.
but I love the fact that you can detempo your opponent with the coin.
Yeah, I'll
And
say a 7. It's slightly above average.
yeah, definitely. And I like Get Some's mindset as well. Delay either storm and mind
Mm-hmm.
control.
Alright, 0 mana, 1/1 demon.
Wow, I'm shocked with this set they didn't make this a 0 mana 2/2. Um,
Or a 1/2.
oh,
But
one,
yeah.
two, yeah.
But this is just in the, Snowflipper Penguin, um, Wisp. It's okay.
Yeah. And it makes the Discover a demon card a lot worse now because that's going to be in the rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Bane of Doom's going to be worse because of that card as well. Um, I would
Yeah.
never pick this in Arena though. I'd say it's like a 3,
Yeah.
maybe even lower.
Yeah, I'd say about a 3. It's cute, but it's if you really need the demon synergy. But no,
Definitely.
it's not good. 4 mana, 5/1 elemental, divine shield.
Oh, they really want us to play elementals, don't they?
So it's basically Cursed Disciple without the death rattle. So it's
Yeah.
okay.
Did people play that? I think there's too many org merchants and stuff for this to still be good.
Yeah, I'd say it's
Like
average. I'd give it about a 4.
I'd give this a 3. I don't like it.
It's the wrong metaphor. Yeah, that's a good point. There's a lot of pings right now.
I think so, Tunify. I think any other meta, it'd probably be a 4, but I think at the moment it's a 3. Like, it's so easy to get rid of something like this right
Yep,
now.
yep. An elemental tag does not matter that much outside of mage. Okay, this guy's pretty cool. 3 mana, 3/4. Whenever a spell is played, this minion remembers it. Death rattle, shuffle those spells into your deck.
Oh, I love that. Like, even if you don't play a spell, it's still a premium free, right?
Yep,
Oh, that's ace. Could you imagine playing this on free and then like swiping on turn 4 and then you get another one shuffled into your deck?
yep.
Oh, I love it. I'm giving this an easy 7. Easy.
Yeah, it's another beast for that card that gives you 2 mana and 3 mana beast as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say 7.
definitely.
It's good on its own. It's a bonus if you get the. I mean, it can be silenced, but you aren't losing that much if it does get silenced.
Yeah, but Tunify, think of it this way, right? Whenever a spell is played, this mini remembers it, so it needs to be on your board when you're playing spells. So if you've already played the coin before you play this, then that's fine.
Yeah, shuffle a coin. Yeah, it's a good card.
Um,
Okay, 3 mana, 1/6 spell burst. Cast a random spell of the same cost. Uh,
Cauldron in the past, wasn't it? It was like a 3 mana card. It
mm-hmm.
was like if a minion dies, you get like a shaman spell or something like
Correct.
that.
Yep. I think that was a one
Um,
six as well, or maybe a 0/6.
I think it's like a 0/4, wasn't it? Which is Cauldron.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Or 1/4. I
Oh,
don't
oh, it's a
remember.
1/4. Right, I can't. It's been a while
Anyway,
since I've seen that card. It kind of
um,
reminds me of that though.
yeah, I'm not in love with this card.
Yeah. Like with the spell burst, it only activates once as
Mm-hmm.
well. And like I don't want to play a 3 mana 1/6.
Right. Yeah, I
So
rate this
I
about a 3.
think this yeah, I'd give it a 3. Because if you do like, say you buff it, for example, in one of the classes like Paladin,
Mm-hmm.
and it casts a spell the same mana cost, and it actually puts your head, awesome. But you can't predict what that spell is going to be,
Right.
and it could really backfire.
Right. Yep. Okay. 4 mana, 4/3 Murloc with Rush and Death Rattle. Add a 4/3 Ghost with Rush to your hand. So I'm guessing the Ghost also costs 4 mana.
Pretty good though, isn't it?
I like it. Yeah.
So it gives you a rush. So it's a rush, and then it gives you another rush.
Yep.
It's not as good as Mummy, obviously, because you get it for 4 mana, and a lot of the times the rushes die anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's still really good. I think I'd actually give this a solid 8 because it's value, and you get value in the rushes, and you get to clear nicely. I really enjoy this card, and it's a Murloc.
And the Murloc tag is relevant.
Yeah,
If you have like a war leader on board, or you can buff its health or attack. Yep.
yeah, definitely.
You can get
I
this from
really enjoy this.
Styfin. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely enjoy this. What do you reckon?
Oh, you can Toxfin it as well, so it can kill anything. Yeah, I rated
Um,
about a 7.
yeah, no, it's a really solid card. I
It's a
think
good
this will
card.
definitely see some play.
Even if you play it, like it's not the greatest on curve, but
Yeah.
you don't mind playing it if you don't get the rush.
Oh, definitely not.
All right, so we got a 5 mana 4/6 legendary spellburst. If the spell destroys any minions, summon them.
It's okay. Um, so even if you get rid of like one minion,
Mm-hmm.
this is still actually really good because you get to summon it. So you just make sure you kill the big minion first with the spell,
Right.
and then that is resummoned. Um, because of the high mana cost, like obviously the stats for the mana cost is brilliant. 5 mana,
Mm-hmm.
4/6. That's pretty decent. Um, I would give this a solid 7 personally, because like obviously you may not be able to do it on the same turn, but it's still really fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about a 6 on this one. I mean, if you trade off your board and like Frostbolt the remaining health of a Vanguard or something, that's really good. That's really good value.
Yeah. And it's sticky enough to stay on board as well
Mm-hmm.
because it has 6 health, so no one can like rusted it right away. Like they have to have something proper
Mm-hmm.
themselves
Yeah,
if they wanted to use that effect next turn.
I'm between a 6 and a 7 on this one. I feel like my rating will go up if I play with this card.
Yeah.
But right now I'm about a 6.
I'm pretty happy with 7 for this. I think it's pretty good.
Okay, we got a 1 mana 1/2 Spellburst. Gain +2 attack.
Ooh. So it could become a 1 mana free too.
Right.
Can you imagine having coin with this?
Yeah, play this on 1, coin out a 3-drop on 2, and you get to attack with a 3/2 on turn 2.
Like forces your opponent to trade into it rather than go face as well. So they literally
Mm-hmm.
miss damage by trying to clear this.
Yep. And it keeps the attack.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
I like
even
it.
if you and even if you don't have a spell, it's still a 1 mana 1/2, which is
Mm-hmm.
okay. To me this is an easy 6.
Yeah, slightly above average, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so too, Tunify.
Alright, 7 mana 6/8 legendary. Whenever your opponent draws a card, add a copy to your hand that costs 1.
So you can like play this on turn 7 and then you get one card that they play.
Yeah, whatever they top deck would come to your hand and it would cost 1 mana.
Yeah. This is really reliant on your opponent having good cards, but the fact that it gets reduced to 1 doesn't matter though, even
Mm-hmm.
if it's like a 2 or 3 mana card, you still get something decent, and this
Mm-hmm.
is like a 6/8 in stats as well. So it
Right.
doesn't just die.
And you get the knowledge of what they top decked or what they drew if they drew multiple cards.
Yeah. But to be honest, I think someone would try to kill this before drawing multiple cards.
Right.
But
But demon hunters
because as
can
you've seen, we
force
have a lot
your
of removal.
demon
Oh,
hunters can force your opponent to, draw cards now as well.
yeah, that was for
But
4 mana though, wasn't it?
yeah, it's not going to happen often.
Yeah, I think the most value you're ever gonna get out of this is like 1 card.
Hmm.
I still think it's pretty decent though. I think I'd give it a solid. It's a very high 7. It's almost an 8, but I don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, I'm at a 7, just because the knowledge
Mm.
you gain from and the tempo you get from a 1 mana card to your hand, and you're guaranteed to get at
Yeah,
least one. So yeah, I think it's a 7.
yeah, definitely.
All right, 5 mana 4/6 also damages the minions next to whoever this attacks. So it's a Cave Hydra effect.
Uh,
Um,
five
it's
mana,
a
4/6.
it's a beast, so there's buffs for like hunters and druids.
Oh my God, disgusting.
If you can
Sorry.
give it rush, it's even better. Yeah.
Oh, with like the Orc Merchant.
Yep. Or the broom we saw, the 1 mana broom.
Oh, the Broom. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, this is like a 7.
I think I think this is easily like yeah, like a 7. I wouldn't rate it higher because obviously you have to kind of force it to rush and it has to survive 1 more turn, right?
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like it a lot.
Definitely.
All right, 4 mana 4/5 legendary battle cry. Reorder your deck from the highest cost card to the lowest cost card.
Oh God.
So you don't want to play this on curve.
No.
This is more of a constructed card, I believe.
Yeah, the only time I ever see this being good is if you're like if you're top decking each other
Mm-hmm.
and then you obviously you want the best cards and not the worst cards, so you play this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get all the late game cards first, so you can actually get back boards. But yeah, I can't. We can't really play this on turn 4. I
No.
don't. Lovely stats though, but I'm gonna say this is below average. It's gonna be a 4 because there's no way you can play this early on.
Yeah, I'm at a 6. I think it's slightly above average just because of the late game versatility of it.
Yeah, well, to be honest, like I'd say let me rethink that. I'll say a 5, just because there are more taunts and there are more heals in this meta, so you're a lot
Mm-hmm.
more likely to make it to late game. But it's just really frustrating not being able to play a 4/5 on turn 4, I
Right.
think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There was some. I saw some people were talking about Malagos with this card in constructed. So you can
Yeah.
guarantee to top deck your Malagos or your Shavara. Like you play
Yeah.
this, and then the next turn, or in the same turn, you can Holy Wrath their face for 25 damage. It's kind of
Oh
crazy in
yeah.
constructed, but in arena, it's about a 6, I think.
Yeah. In Wild, this card would be absolutely bonkers. I can see so many
Oh
people
yeah,
wanting
for
to play
sure.
that.
All right, this card's pretty good. 2 mana 2/3 Beast Battle Cry. If you've used your hero power this turn, draw a card.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Also, I really want that cat. Like he's fabulous.
It's very pretty
Um,
colors. This
yeah,
one's
no,
gonna
I
look
love the
great in
colors.
golden.
I
Amazing
bet he
hunter
looks
card.
stunning
Yeah.
golden.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
brilliant
good in a
hunter
lot of
card.
classes. You can tap in Warlock and draw 2 cards and develop a 2/3. River
Yeah,
Croc is sad.
I pretty like this card. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 as well. It's above average for a 2 drop, I think.
Yeah, yeah, about a 6, maybe a 7, depending on the class. If you're a class that doesn't get a lot of card draw, I rate it a little higher. But yeah, I'm about a
Yeah.
6 as well. In Demon Hunter, your hero power only costs 1. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, Demon Hunter doesn't even matter.
All
Uh,
right, 5 mana 3/7, so not great stats. Whenever your opponent casts a spell, summon a 2/2 skeleton with taunt.
reminds me of that card that was like a 7 mana 6/6 and it summoned a Trog every time
Mm-hmm.
someone cast a spell.
Yep.
Oh, that did my head in. It wasn't good though, if I remember correctly. And to be honest, I think this is very easily, well, it's 7 health. So if you're ahead on board, it's very easily cleared. But if you don't have the attack, then I guess the only thing you can do is just spread your board as much as you can
Mm-hmm.
without casting any spells to get rid of the turn after. It'd be very hard to get rid of on turn 5
Right.
unless, again, you're ahead.
And the fact that
Um,
the 2/2 skeletons have taunt is kind of useful. Removing 7 health without a spell is kind of hard to do, especially if you play it on curve. Yeah,
Definitely.
I have a hard time going up above a 4 here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's even though it'll be hard to remove out a spell, we still got some really good rushes. And that's why I think this is a 4 for me as well.
I assume it summons before the spell casts. I'm not sure. So, like, if they flame strike, does your 2/2 survive? I'm not sure. Flame strike, etc., should proc the effect, but then kill the token. That's what I was thinking, Kai.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Yeah, because Trogzar, I think, summoned the 3/5 before the spell casted. So,
Yeah, the wording's a little weird on this card. But either way, I still think it's a 4. It
I'm the same.
makes your opponent have awkward turns.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, personally.
Alright. We got a 1 mana 1/1 Battle Cry, deal 1 damage. So Elven Archer and Spellburst, return this to your hand.
Oh, ping.
So infinite pings.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
Ping
I think
Penflinger plus Librum of Wisdom. Uh,
yes.
yeah.
And then you lose the wisdom. Um,
It's okay. I think it's a 5.
I love it. It's a 6. I like pings. I don't care. I always rate pings too highly, but they're not as good as the orc. It's not as good as the orc merchants, but it's still
No.
really fun.
I think I rate this about the same as Archer. Maybe a
Yeah,
little bit better.
definitely. I can see myself accidentally casting a spell though, whilst I have this on boards. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it used to happen to me with the was it Colossus or Museum, the guy that goes back to the office when you hero power. He goes back to your hand.
Yeah. Oh, no one wants that.
Yeah, yeah. Dan Kata knows what I'm talking about. All right, 6 mana, 4/9 dragon, spellburst. Add 2 random spells from your class to your hand.
6 mana, 4/9. So the stats. So it's hard to kill. It's a
Mm-hmm.
dragon, and if you cast a spell, you get 2 spells
From your class, yes.
from my class.
And it's a neutral dragon, so you're going to see this quite a bit from random effects.
I quite like it. I'm gonna give this like even if you don't have spells, like it's still a 6 mana 4/9. Obviously not insane stats, but
Mm-hmm.
it's like it's okay. Um, Especially for this meta where everything seems to be like taunt related, so you need stuff that has really good health to actually
Mm-hmm.
get through everything. Um, I think I like this as a. I'm gonna give it an 8 because if you can get the value off this, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I'm about a 7. I'm trying to decide if I'd like a Skystalker or this, if I saw them in a draft together.
I think I pick Skystalker still.
Yeah, me too.
It depends on your deck, I think. If you
Mm-hmm.
have lots of spells, then this may be worth it, but I think Skystalker is still solid.
Yeah. Okay, so 8 mana, 8/8, Death Rattle, summon a random 7 cost minion, also a dragon.
Of course, it's a dragon.
So this drops an Evasive Worm, or a
I know.
Vanguard, or the
Or a
Rogue one,
Marsh Hydra.
the Rogue 7/5. Yeah, this is a good card for Arena.
Oh gosh. I'm trying to think of bad 7 drops. Is there bad 7 drops, chat? Actually,
None come to mind.
no. I know you've heard me say this a lot, but this card's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
It's easily like this is a 10. I'm gonna say 10 because it's 8, and then you get a 7 mana cards.
Yep, it's 8 mana.
Like,
You can still hero power. It's probably an 8 for me.
yeah. To be honest, like if someone played this against me, I'm gonna say exactly what I said about the warrior card, where I'd probably just spread the board and absolutely ignore this, so he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get the death rattle effect. But I'm just like, it is a bit slow. I'd say
Mm-hmm.
7. I say 9 actually.
Okay.
I think it's still insane, and you could like buff it and stuff with this expansion. I don't know.
All right, 3 mana, 2
Yeah.
4. Your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers.
Okay, I don't think I can hear you again.
All right, hold on. Yeah, Discord kind of froze again. Hmm.
Um,
Well, see if it catches up here. Okay, can you hear me now? Unplayable on Priest and Paladin.
Twitch chat can hear you. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't hear Hubie. That's it. That's the thing.
Um.
I don't know why it keeps doing it to Unify.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, Discord
Perfect.
froze up again. All right. So 3 mana, 2 4. Your minions can't. Your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers.
Whilst it's on the board, or does it like put that on the minions?
It's like an aura effect. So as long as it's on the board, your minions can't be targeted by spells or hero powers.
Right, okay. Um, so I guess it includes itself. So again, there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of rushes, so you could still try and get rid of this card. But I think it's still a very solid card because it's very annoying if you don't have a rush
Mm-hmm.
or any like minions on board. So I guess I'd give this a 6.
Yeah, it's a strong effect. You need the right kind of deck that can protect this. So I'm about a 6 as well.
Yeah, and the thing is a bit understated for a free drop.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, 6 mana, 5/7 taunt, death rattle. Add a 5/7 ghost with taunt to your hand.
So smoke scene, yeah, it's fun. What? Oh, it goes in your hand though.
Mm-hmm. I assume it costs 6 mana as well.
Yeah. Well,
It's
the thing
it's.
is,
Mm,
the thing is, Warden, right, is a 6 mana 4/7 that gives spell damage, and people do still play that,
mm-hmm.
even though it's not the greatest, but it still works occasionally. So it's not bad. Like you get a little bit of value from it. I think I'll give it a 5 though. I'm not particularly a fan
Yeah, it's
personally.
okay. It's a fine arena card. It's fair. Yeah, about a 5.
Yeah.
All right, 2 mana, 3/1 stealth, death rattle. Add a 3/1 ghost with stealth to your hand. So about the same. I'd say a 5.
Um. Yeah, that's fair because it easily gets. Oh, actually, it's a free one stealth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I'd say a 5.
This is the toothy chest art from Frozen or Kobolds. That's kind of funny. Okay.
Oh,
6 mana, 6/6, Battle Cry. If you have spell damage, summon a copy of this. Interesting.
Uh, oh my gosh. So if you have spell damage on board, you can get 12/12 of stats for 6 mana.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you need the Battle Cry for it to be good, obviously. On
Yeah,
its
this
own,
isn't
it's not great.
the only classes I would ever consider picking this for is Mage and Shaman.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like in Mage and Shaman, this would easily be like a solid 7, but like
Mm-hmm.
if you're not picking those classes, I think this would be about a 5. The reason it's not lower is because it's still a 6 mana 6/6, so it's not the worst thing in the world, and you can draft spell damage minions without having to be a specific class.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I put it at a 4 if you don't have spell damage. If you can get the synergy, it's about a 7.
Definitely. TVK, then you get power word ruined and you're sad. Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't first priest. It's all good.
Alright, so we have a neutral weapon here. 1 mana 0/4. Legendary. At the start of your turn, look at your top card. You can put it on the bottom and lose 1 durability.
Oh, is this a neutral weapon?
Yes, the first neutral weapon.
Oh. I guess, like, to be honest, I wouldn't pick this in Arena, like, because it is basically a constructed card.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice if you're top decking and it's trying to give you a card and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I don't want to play this card next turn. Give me another one. But I don't think it's that great. I think it's a 1 in Arena. I don't like it.
Yeah, I rate it along with like the Bulwark from last expansion. It's a 1.
Yeah.
Because like you're not shuffling in your deck, you're putting it at the bottom of your deck.
Yeah, if it was shuffle into your deck, I'd be like, ah, okay.
Yeah.
But like, say for example, you get a Bone Shower and you don't necessarily want it next turn, but you want it just maybe the turn after. It
Mm-hmm.
feels really bad to know that card's right at the bottom of your deck.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Okay, 5 mana 4/4. Spell damage +1. Battle Cry, discover a spell. It's also an elemental.
Right, okay. Oh, so more avalanche synergies for mage. That's
Mm-hmm.
nice.
Better Azure Drake.
I think so, yeah,
Yeah.
because like it
This,
gives you value, doesn't it? And like
yeah.
discover cards, it's nice for them to be understated for a change rather
Mm-hmm.
than overstated.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I put this about a 7.
I think this is a 7. I think this is really solid.
Maybe a 6. It kind of depends. I think it's going to be good though. Looks like Tar
Probably
Creeper a little bit.
it does look a little like Tar Creeper, doesn't it? Yeah, this is kind of solid. 6.5?
Yeah. Yeah, so between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on the class. Obviously, spells are better in some classes than others. If you need the
Yeah,
elemental.
definitely. Like when it comes to like warrior and rogue and stuff, I'm not particularly a fan of
Mm-hmm.
some of the spells, but when it comes to mage, demon hunter, pally, you can get some really good stuff.
Alright, we got a 1 mana 1/1. Battle Cry. Your next hero power costs 0. So you could play this on 1 and dagger as a rogue.
Ooh.
So I think it's okay.
I quite like it because I think I like it in classes like mage, rogue, maybe
Paladin.
paladin. Yeah.
1 mana for
I
two
don't
1/1s is okay.
I don't see the point in playing this in classes like warrior. Um,
Mm-hmm.
maybe priest is okay to play this with. It's okay. I'd say it's some classes it's just a lot better than others, but
Yeah.
I think on average it'd be about 5,
Yeah, I'd say
really.
about a 4. It's flexible.
Yeah, it's not that great.
Okay. Transfer Student, 2 mana 2/2. This has different effects based on which game board you're on. So this is
Yeah.
currently in Arena already.
I've seen it, yeah, but it doesn't give you the most updated one, doesn't it?
Actually, it started giving me a card yesterday.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, it just gave me a random card. Like one time I got a Mage Discover spell, and the second time I got like a 3 mana 4/3.
Oh, that's really good. I think I've seen some of the effects for it, and it's actually pretty decent. I
Yeah.
think it's an easy 9 stars for me because I think a 2 mana that has because I don't know, it's just really good, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, all the effects are super strong. There's like Discover a Dragon. There's like a Reborn, so it's like a shot bot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another is like a lackey. The other
Mm-hmm.
was like stealth with poisonous. Yeah,
Yep.
it's a really good card.
Yep. I'd say about an 8 as well.
Yeah,
Okay, we got a 5 mana
definitely.
4/4 legendary Battlecry. Summon two 1/1 whelps. Each gains a death rattle from your minions that died this game.
Hmm. So if you had really good, see again, like even though we have some more death rattle cards, like the likelihood of us getting a good death rattle card before we play this may be quite slim. I don't like
Mm-hmm.
the stats for its mana cost, but because they're 1/1 whelps, you obviously can get that death rattle off a lot quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I think it's okay even if the whelps don't gain a death rattle.
yeah, I think it's okay. I'd
It's
probably give it about I'd give it I'd give it about a I'm gonna give it a 6, and the reason being is even if you get one death rattle,
mm-hmm.
it's good.
Yes. Yep.
It
I like
can
it.
be really nutty though if you get a late game and you've played quite a few death rattles though, but it
Yeah.
all depends
Yep.
on the circumstance and when you drew it.
Yeah, I'm about a 6 as well.
Yeah.
All right, 2 mana 1/3. At the end of your turn, draw until you have 3 cards. So it's kind of like,
Like a mech that does that. It was like a 3 mana, one
yeah,
four. At the end
Jeeves.
of your turn, you summon cards until you have three in your hands.
Yep.
That's basically the same thing,
But that
isn't
was
it?
both players draw until they have 3 cards.
And there's both players. Oh, but this is just for yourself.
Yes. Yep.
Ooh. It's okay. I don't like the stats for it, but obviously because of the effect, I understand why it's understated. I
Mm-hmm.
think in aggro classes is going to be good if you go for like an aggro style, but if
Mm-hmm.
you go for control,
Yeah. Um,
yeah,
I'd rate it about a 4. I think it's got to have the right kind of deck for it.
I think so. In the right type of deck, it'd be a 6. In the bad type of deck, it'd probably be about 4.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 2 mana 2/2 Battlecry. Add a 1 cost spell from your class to your hand. So any of the studies that were shown are 1 mana spells.
Oh. Mage is going to be a mage would probably benefit the most out of this,
Yeah.
and shaman.
Yeah, I rate this about a 6.
I think it's a 6. It's pretty solid. It
Mm-hmm.
gives you value. It gives yeah 6. Easy.
Okay. 4 mana 2/5 spell burst. Deal 2 damage to all other minions.
Right.
Um, it's okay. It's
It's
really
understated.
understated.
Yeah. But we did rate a card for 6 that dealt 2 damage to all minions, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Really? And that didn't come with a minion at the time.
Right.
Mm,
Yeah, I'm right down the middle on this one at a 5.
I'm gonna say a 5 as well.
It's really situational.
Yeah, and you need a spell to activate the damage,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah.
And that's all the cards except for the one that Tunify brought up.
Hey, let's
Let me
have a
see
look.
if let me see if I can pull it up as well.
Less than 3.
Hey, thanks, Matt, for the resub. If I can get Chrome to respond here.
You got stuff from Matt. Thank you. I don't know why I'm saying thank you for Hubie, but
Thanks, Matt, for this continued support. Um,
also I think you're gone quiet again.
Let me see if I can scroll up to. Do you have that link again, Tunify? I can't scroll up far enough. All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you
All right.
now. Yep.
Yep. All right, let me see if I can pull up that card. All right, Blessing of Authority.
Yeah, I have it to the side as well. It looks interesting.
See if I can make this bigger here. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see it. Give a minion +8/+8. It can't attack heroes this turn.
For 5 mana.
For 5 mana, yep.
Do you think it's a bit slow, kind of?
Yeah, it retains
What?
the buff, which is kind of nice. So, Dino Size was 8 mana +10/+10, but you could go face right away.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty good.
I think it is good. Don't get me wrong, and it's nice. It's a nice card to trade into something.
Especially if you can
And
land it
to
on a cheap, like, rush minion. Or something that has
yeah,
initiative.
definitely
Um,
play would be like the hero power. Well, or if you had a 1/1 on the board already,
mm-hmm.
and then you play like the 2 mana 1/1 we saw earlier that got the stats, and then we
Yep,
just copy that.
right. Yeah, I think I rated about a 7.
Um,
Because, like, 4 mana
I-
is like a Blessing of Kings, and you get double the stats for 1 more mana.
yeah. And the thing is, I think you need something like this in Paladin because it's quite. Actually, no, I say that. Paladin has lots of hard removal devices to their own hands, so this
Mm-hmm.
kind of is scary to play around as well. I think this is probably a 7.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if my rating goes up after playing with it. Yeah, it's above average.
Sorry? No?
Yep, certainly above average.
Yeah, definitely. So I think unless I play with that card, then I'm not gonna know for sure because I'm always half and half on buff cards. Like, but I think that card is pretty solid. As
Mm-hmm.
Zek says, worst case scenario, you get a 7 mana 9/9, which is pretty nutty. Yeah,
Yep,
I
yep,
agree.
yep. I like it. Alright, so that's all the cards, guys.
My gosh, I
Hopefully,
can't believe it. Some scary cards about to arrive soon.
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun on Thursday and going forward.
Oh, is it Thursday is coming out now?
Yes. Yep, the
Ooh.
6th.
See,
Expansion is August 6th.
August the 6th. Oh gosh. I think I may have to play standard before these new cards come out so I can get my 5 games in.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but that's really insane. What has been your favorite cards out of the set?
Oh man, there's so many. I really like the studies. I think most of them are good value.
Yeah.
Um, Seems like there's a lot of rush. I don't like any of the priest cards because they're just really broken.
Yeah, I think the most broken cards that we've seen is the 6 mana kill a minion for 4 damage and then summon it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the warrior one, where it summons two free frees that attack random minions. Um, my favorite card is probably the mage rogue one because it summons two 5/5s and one secretly dies. I think that's going to be my most favorite
Oh yeah,
out of the set,
that's a lot of fun.
definitely. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I think it looks like they're trying to bring it arena into a more controlled style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which I think could be very interesting to see. Um,
Well,
but yeah,
that's a
no,
good
think
choice, Tunify. The Druid 5 mana 5/4 stealth that draws 2 cards.
yeah, that was a nice card as well, to be honest.
Yep, Rogue got some good stuff.
That whole trick totem. Oh, I
Uh,
love that rogue secret.
Plagiarize is going to be a lot of fun. Hard to
Yeah,
play around as well.
it's gonna be so hard to play around because
Mm-hmm.
I'm so, you know me, I am so impatient. There's no way I'm playing around that by
Mm-hmm.
not playing anything. That card is definitely gonna have me. Trick Totem seems
Ooh.
really bad, but I'd probably pick it once for the memes,
Mm-hmm.
just to see how it goes.
Combustion was a really good one as well, especially with
Combustion.
spell damage.
Mm, no, definitely. And I think the one, gosh, I already forgot what they call the one where the shards go into the decks, the synergy cards. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think they're gonna work out in Arena, but if you can, they're gonna be quite fun as well.
Right.
So, yeah.
This Your spells are poisonous hunter card. It's really interesting.
Oh
It
yeah,
seems like
most definitely.
they're pushing more of a control hunter, which is interesting for sure.
Yeah, and the 9 mana 10/10 with Demon Hunter, I think, is a bit nutty as well because it's reducing your opponent's minion stats
Mm-hmm.
by one. So
I
I
really
think that's
like
gonna be.
Runic Carvings is a really strong card as well.
Mm.
Yep.
No, I.
Lots of fun stuff, guys. Can't wait.
But no, thank you so much for having me, Hubie.
Oh,
I
thank you
really
for joining.
appreciate inviting.
It's a lot of fun.
No,
And
I'm glad I had a lot of fun as well.
sounds great. Yep, and that's going to be it for me as well, chat. Thank you for watching. I will post the VOD on YouTube if you missed any of it. But yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow.
No, thank you everybody, guys.
Let me throw a
See
shout
you
out
all.
for Sopha as well. Give her a follow. Streams a lot of arenas at a high level. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.